reinforcing from the proxy pylon. PainUser here still in contained mode. He's not able to push out thanks to Mez's forces continuing to warp in more reinforcements. Let's take a look at the income tab. We can see Mez slightly ahead. Unit tab showing both players relatively even, I think, in terms of army. And yeah, both players slightly even. I think Pain might be a little bit behind, but he does have the advantage of Terran, and he has home turf advantage as well. Always want to be the defender if you have a lesser army. So he has that advantage right now. It looks like he's going to be throwing up a command center pretty soon as well. I'd like to check into the upgrades. Looks like we do have plus 10 HP for the Marines, as well as stim pack, as well as concussive shells for those Marauders. So these infantrymen are definitely teched up. They have the upgrades they need to deal with this Protoss force, and it doesn't look like... Ooh, looks like we have the Zealot kind of testing that front door a little bit. It doesn't look like Mez is going to be warping in more reinforcements. Probably, yeah, he's grabbing his expansion now, starting to tech up his economy, as well as getting a robotics facility down. And he's in a comfortable position right now. He's holding the front door of PainUser, and he's not allowing PainUser to get out. This command center is not going to be able to land here, and that's bad. I don't know what Pain's going to be able to do. He should probably just morph this into an orbital command, make whatever use he can out of it, and there it goes. But honestly, what can Pain do? He's really contained right now in this position. Notice he is getting an engineering bay to start getting some upgrades for his forces on the ground. I'd also like to see him probably get a siege tank right now, because a siege tank, if he could place it up a couple on this cliff, he could start to repel the Protoss forces and gain some ground advantage back and get that expansion, because that is what he really needs right now. Mez operating off of 2 base, looking very, very strong at the moment. Robotics bay obviously for the Colossus, and ooh, we have the ghosts moving out, and it doesn't look like Mez saw this. The ghosts are cloaked and moving out. They should actually decloak right now to save some energy, I think, but he is just going to cloak his way all the way to the Protoss main. The Observer is going to catch them. The Observer catches them. Is Mezmerize going to be able to respond in time? Did he even see it on the minimap? If not, these ghosts could do a lot of economic damage, as we've seen PainUser do time and time again. Meanwhile, a pretty big push out here, as it looks like Pain has gained back terrain advantage because Mezmerize was forced to pull back all of his forces to deal with the ghosts. The ghosts are actually killing several probes right here, one with 7, already upgraded to a corporal status. The other ghosts at 2 kills, 3 kills, and these ghosts are actually doing quite a bit of damage, evening out that economic gap, while PainUser was contained and jailed inside 1 base. So right now the stakes are even. I think the terms of the engagement are pretty much balanced at this point in the game. Observer coming back in to scout the ghosts, I believe, and these ghosts are going to get taken out, but their life well worth it for the Terran cause. Now Pain's starting to bulk up a pretty scary army right here, gonna take out that proxy pylon right away. He does have +1 weapons ticking away, as well as 1 more racks on the way, and a starport and factory with tech labs and reactors. So he's probably going to be getting dropships out of the starport and getting siege tanks out of this factory, and that is going to be a scary, scary force indeed. Marauders, Marines, Ghosts, and siege tanks along with medevacs backed in the air is a very, very powerful and potent Terran army. And I think Mez right now, to deal with that, he should really get some Colossi. The question is, does Pain know about the robotics bay? He does. So he might be getting Vikings instead of the dropships. I think that might be smarter. Yeah, he is getting 2 Vikings. Going to be using that exclusively to pump those out to deal with the Colossus. This Marine running like Speedy Gonzalez with that stim pack. Going to try to, I guess, test the frontier a little bit, see what's going on. Another command center going up for PainUser meanwhile at the top left-hand corner. Proxy pylon position just to the south end of the Terran main. Vikings now in position to deal with the Colossus when they do engage. Protoss army looking very strong in the meantime as well. I think both players are looking very, very powerful right now. Let's take a look at the units or production tab. We can see extended range being researched for those Colossus. Mezmerize at 105 supply, PainUser at 115. So it's really tough right now to call someone out ahead, because for a time I would have said Mezmerize was ahead when he had that second base and he was mining off of it. He had more probes, but then eventually those ghosts did balance the game a little bit, and so I think the gap has definitely now narrowed down right now perhaps with Pain slightly in the lead right now because he is getting that third expansion up at the top left-hand corner. 2 Colossus now, buddy by buddy, and 2 Colossus. The more Colossus you get, just the more exponentially difficult they become to deal with. Notice that Mezmerize does have Stalkers. Does he have Blink being researched? I think Blink would be a very nice addition to his army because he'll be able to blink underneath those Vikings and take them out, but it doesn't look like he has a Citadel right now. He does, looks like Pain going to be moving out with the Marine, continuing to test the perimeter with these Marines, positioning them on these high ground ledges of Sinchapung Ryung. And here comes the Protoss advance. The Stalkers, of course, slightly faster than the rest of the army, gonna go into the front. Hopefully they don't go down. And look at that, Pain does have some siege tanks, and siege tanks are oh so powerful. This is pre-nerf before they were nerfed from 60 damage to 50 on their shock cannons. Ooh, we have some forces warping into the right here, and I like Mez's position here. You know what? If he can warp in I think some Zealots and Stalkers, he can actually come in from behind. And here comes a massive battle, a hallucinated Archon, EMP on a bunch of these forces. Oh, about half of these Colossuses are hallucinated, so half of these are fake. Major battle. All of the ground forces have been wiped out, save for the Colossus, and only 2 of these Colossus are real. But here comes the attack from the east. Stalkers coming in for Mezmerize to help clean up the situation, but it looks like Mez is going to lose out just barely, and those Vikings are the turning differential in that battle. They are the ones that are able to take out those Colossus. Mezmerize forced to call GG. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that game, and of course if you guys like what you see, make sure to subscribe, and that's it for me. HD signing out.